Wrong way. There we go.
Oh,
Welcome to Pick Six, where we cover six teams in the NFL, that being the Raiders, the Niners, the Cowboys, the Packers,
the Rams.
the Rams, and of course our Steelers. Now, why is that getting hard for me to say? Because we're not really covering all those teams right now. We're only covering the ones that are making it, man. And man, I'm telling you, I really want to talk about some of these games.
Oh,
because,
yeah.
damn, some of these
we'll-
are badass.
We'll get into it. We'll definitely get into it. But before we get into anything, breaking news, at least today, boom, breaking news.
Pow.
Jim Harbaugh is now the head coach of the Los Angeles Chargers. How do you feel about that? Jim Harbaugh just coming off of a national championship in college, now going to the Chargers, who haven't won a Super Bowl. So how do you think he does there, man? It's a very big move.
I remember when he was with the Niners. His character is not quite the same like his brother over there with the Baltimore Ravens. I like it just because of the entertainment value he brings. He brings and he puts that face like he's all confused, like when he's waiting for the call, right? He puts the little mic up. He's like, just I like it. I like it, man. He brings energy. I like it, man. And you know, there was talks about, hey, what's gonna happen with the Chargers. There was even rumors saying that maybe Bill Belichick, that he might be one to, you know, go down to Southern Cali, man, come down here to nice sunny Southern California after being caught in the Northeast, man, where it's snowing and cold and everything. That he might be the one to come down to the Chargers and be the head coach for them. But no, it's Harbaugh. Man, I'll tell you this, man, with Harbaugh, this is the second California team that he's going to be head coach for. And look, I thought he was pretty good with the Niners.
Yeah, he was pretty good. I think this was the best possible option for the Chargers. Belichick, I don't know. It's just the energy there. I don't think it would have worked out for the Chargers. But now pairing Jim with Justin Herbert, I think it's going to work out pretty well.
And by the way, wasn't he was with the Niners the last time they went to the Super Bowl?
Yes, he was.
Yes, he definitely was. And a team like the Chargers, you're going to need energy. Why? Because you're not going to get that from the fan base. I'm just being real. That is not shots fired. We're from here. We live here. Yes, shout out to the Charger fans, the very few of you that there are, but you're going to need some excitement. Belichick does not bring that excitement. So, yeah, man, I think it's a good move. And I think slowly there's going to probably be a little bit more Charger fans.
Yeah, I think so. Because I really think they're going to start succeeding. Do I think they're going to win a Super Bowl this next season? Probably not. I mean, the AFC is just super stacked. It's ridiculous how stacked the AFC is. But I give them a good shot.
If it's not the Steelers winning it, I wouldn't mind the Chargers winning it.
Now, let's just recap some of the games we had in the divisional round. So, the Baltimore Ravens took down the Texans 34-10 in the first game. The San Francisco 49ers just narrowly beat the Green Bay Packers 24-21. The Lions overcame the Buccaneers 31-23. And the Chiefs defeated the Buffalo Bills 27-24. Okay.
Let's save that game for last.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the biggest Well, that's probably the game.
Okay. Go ahead. Ask the question, but we'll get deep into that game last.
Okay. So who looked the best this past week for the AFC side and the NFC side?
I guess I got to go Baltimore for the AFC.
Baltimore.
Yeah, I guess I do, man. Shout out to the Texans. They did what they could. They put up a good fight, man. They were there neck and neck while it lasted, and then just
second half, Baltimore just turned it up, man.
That was that, man. As far as the NFC side, uh, the Lions, man.
Yeah.
I thought the Lions, and I do got a lot to say about that. But what was your take? Who did the best and the worst, I guess, from AFC NFC?
Baltimore was very impressive. Texans are no pushover team, although they were making some rookie mistakes, which I mean,
The rookies.
exactly. Playing their first playoff game on the road. So look, man, Texans are going to be here to stay. They're going to be good for a very long time, no doubt about that. Next year, watch out.
And shout outs to the quarterback, man. Southern Cali kid from Rancho Cucamonga.
CJ Stroud.
Yeah, we're not too far from Rancho Cucamonga, right? So shout outs to him.
The team that looked best in the NFC is obviously the Lions. But the team that surprised me the most, just completely, was the Green Bay Packers, man. They put up one heck of a fight against those Niners. Is it more of the Packers putting up such a great fight, or is it more of, I don't know, maybe some coaching issues or something with the Niners?
No, I think the Packers were that good. I do. I think the Packers were that good. Yeah, I get it. They're the 7th seed. So they're supposed to be the lower, the bottom of the barrel. But I don't think they are, man. I think they're actually that good where they were able to compete against the number 1 seed. They were able to compete, but not beat. But they were able to, put up a good fight against them. I mean, look, they were the 7th seed, man, and they won in the super duper wild card game. So no, I think the Packers are that good where they're had they won, I think they'd give the Lions everything that they can handle.
The Packers and the Texans, to me, are in the same exact boat. Two very young teams, two very talented teams, well coached. Like I said, for both teams, watch out next season, man, because they're not going anywhere. Both those teams, they're not going anywhere.
Let me ask you this, man, because the very first game was Ravens Texans.
Yeah.
Okay. After seeing that, did you think that we were going to have a repeat of the weekend before? Like, oh man, this is going to be a bunch of blowouts. I mean, like it was somewhat competitive, or it was competitive until it wasn't in that game anymore. The Ravens just walked away with just like, hey man, just smashed them. But did you think we were heading into what we saw the weekend before?
I thought the Saturday slate was going to be 2 blowouts after that. I thought the Niners were probably going to beat the Packers by 2, maybe 3 possessions. But I mean, look, man, the Packers, they had a good game plan. It was just the final play, the throwing into double, triple coverage. It just wasn't a good throw. And that one mistake cost them the game. So it is what it is. Yeah.
Now I do have a question for you.
Yes.
You happen to live with Niner fans.
Oh yeah.
Okay. What was the atmosphere there like, man? Was it nail biting time?
Everybody knew that the Niners should be winning this game or that game by a lot more. I mean, it's just a talent thing, man. I mean, come on. You have Christian McCaffrey, probably the best running back within the past decade. If you even want to say century, I don't know, man. Just all the weapons they have. George Kittle, that defense. Come on, man. That team's very talented. They should be going to the Super Bowl. And for them to struggle like that, against the Packers, I mean, Aaron Jones was running all over them for a good portion of the game. So it was rough. I mean, obviously they were happy with the win, but it's like weren't happy with how they looked. And I was the same way.
Okay. Man, they need to make a movie, White Men Can't Run, using Christian McCaffrey, man. Going back to 1992 with Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes. This time it's got to be White Men Can't Run, and you use Christian McCaffrey in that movie. Moving on to the Sunday games, what did you think about the first game?
Personally, I wasn't able to really get too much on this game. From what I understand, the first half was kind of boring, and then it picked up the second half. Is there any truth to that?
Yeah. I mean, I mean, it started off pretty slow, man. It wasn't really all that, but I thought I thought it was pretty good after I would say I don't know what I'm probably getting into like the end of the second quarter, getting into the second half. It started getting pretty good, man. But I mean, look, I said it. I said it last week, right? I said, look, the Lions are gonna win. All right. But I'm rooting for Baker Mayfield just because I like the guy, man. That is it. Just because I like the guy. But no way, man. And I said it last week. I thought the Bucks actually somewhat suck. It's just they happen to be in a weak division. And I
Yeah.
thought the Lions were going to end up smashing them. And I mean, they didn't quite crush them like I thought they were going to. But yeah, they pretty much had their way with them, man. What's your thoughts on the Bucks and the Lions?
I think the Lions. I mean, they're just a better team.
Yeah.
Good for the Bucks for putting up a good fight, but I mean, end of the day, Lions were just the better team, are the better team, and they deserve to be in the NFC Championship game.
And you know what? I like the fight that Baker Mayfield put on. I don't know why.
Potentially a future. That's what I meant to say.
Mhm.
Potentially a future Steeler.
That would be badass.
It's possible. It's not impossible. Not
Okay.
impossible.
Okay, look. I like the fact that the fight that kid has in him. For one reason or another, I don't know why people like to put him in the category of, like Johnny Football or something like that, right? Like Johnny Manziel, like he's some sort of cartoon character. I don't know why. I don't know if it's probably because he played for the Browns and he was doing those commercials. I don't know what it is. People like to put him in that category. No, man, that's not him. I saw a great fight in this young kid, and I like to root for him. I really do, man. Shout outs to Baker Mayfield, homie. I like Baker Mayfield. Moving on, and by the way, the Lions are no joke. They are no joke.
pushover.
Oh man, and we're gonna get to it in just a second, man, with the matchups we got coming up. But man, getting into the final game of divisional round. Damn, dog. I mean,
Taylor Swift versus the Buffalo Bills, man.
I'm trying to think of one of her songs. I can't think of one, but nonetheless, I'm sure you guys can sing it in your head. Okay, man, check this out. Okay, this game was all that on a bag of chips. This is probably the best game all season long. Yes, I get we're in the postseason now, so does it really count as the season? I don't know, man. You guys do whatever it is that you want to do, but damn, this game was badass. And these two young quarterbacks, all right, is what we need in the NFL going at it, right? Just like you had mentioned before, you had the Tom Brady versus Peyton Manning, right, going up against each other. But you also mentioned something that I think is very, very, very true, and that is this. Okay, if we want these two quarterbacks to be neck to neck, right, and fighting for who is really the best young up and coming quarterback,
Bills got to take
Bills are gonna have to win at
knock
least
them off
one,
the playoffs.
man. Yeah,
Knock them out of the playoffs at least once.
Because that hasn't happened. But what has happened is KC knocking the Bills off. All right. And now this happened just to be at Buffalo at home in a badass game, by the way. But damn, as good as it is and as competitive as these two guys are on the field, you can't always have the same outcome if you want to be neck to neck, quarterbacks. Right. The rivalry is not going to be there if you're always just going to have KC doing the same thing. Oh, it's a great game. It's a great game. Oh, but of course, KC wins.
It's kind of like Ben Roethlisberger versus Tom Brady. Like, was it really a rivalry? Because every time they played each other in the postseason, the Patriots always beat them. So it's not like we consider that a rivalry. That's why we say Brady versus Manning, not Brady versus Roethlisberger, Right. If anything, I think it's more of Mahomes versus Burrow right now because Burrow's actually knocked Mahomes out. Allen hasn't done that, and he's had 3 chances to. They're 0-3. I'm not gonna say Allen, but I'm gonna say the Bills. Okay, 0-3 against the Chiefs in the playoffs. So it's not really a rivalry if you're 0-3 with them against the playoffs.
And this time they did it in Buffalo, man.
Yeah,
At their home.
it was a statement. It was a statement.
And Buffalo was the higher seed.
Okay. I'm going to say, you know what? No, I'm going to save it for when we actually start covering the game.
Mm.
So it was a great game. I was shocked that the Chiefs advanced. Like I said, I'm still not a true believer in the Chiefs. So I'm taking them a little bit more seriously now that they knocked out Buffalo. But let's get into this week.
Let's do it.
Championship Sunday to start off at 12 o'clock West Coast time.
That's right. The Wild Wild West side.
The Kansas City Chiefs march into Baltimore to play the Ravens. Okay, we have the 3 seed versus the 1 seed. Let's talk about it.
Let's do this, man. So I was favoring Buffalo to take the AFC. Obviously, we know that's not happening, but I was favoring Buffalo to take the AFC, a healthy Buffalo to do it. So you got KC going into Baltimore. I don't see why people won't believe in KC. They went into Buffalo and won. Not to say that Buffalo is Baltimore, but I mean, damn, they're a damn good team.
Yeah.
Damn, this is a tough one. I think for one reason or another, I guess the safe answer is Baltimore. They have been smacking teams around throughout the entire season. They got the number 1 seed, earned that number 1 seed, right? But look, man, I mean, KC
is KC.
KC's KC. For those that don't believe in them, I mean, look, what else do you want them to do? Right? What else do you want them to do? They won their game on Wild Card Weekend. That was at home. They go to Buffalo. They get in this, badass game, man, and they win that. So, I mean, I'm not really sure what it is that you want Casey to do for people to believe in them. But all that being said, I think I still got to go Baltimore, man.
Okay. Now I want to talk about it. So I heard something, and it's just been on my mind since I've heard it. Okay. Something like the NFL wants the Kansas City Chiefs to make the Super Bowl. Not because of Patrick Mahomes, not because of Travis Kelce, not because of Isaiah Pacheco, but because of Taylor Swift.
I don't know. I think it's because of Pacheco, man.
You think it's because of Pacheco?
I think it's because of Pacheco, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a big star.
One may defer, but I'm hearing this, and the more I think about it, right, the more it makes sense. Okay, because Taylor Swift is one of, if not the top artists in the world today, which I'm not a fan of, but other people are. And look, man, every time a big play from the Chiefs happens, even if it's not Travis Kelce, they point the camera at her. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It happens a lot. It happens a lot,
So
man.
look, man, you guys already know I'm a diehard Steelers fan. I've been a Steelers fan since 2010, okay? Look, I hate the Ravens. I despise Baltimore.
Can't be a Steelers fan without some hatred up towards the Ravens.
But America, true football fans, I'm with you here. We're forming it together, okay? We're going for those Ravens this Sunday. And as much as that hurts me to say as a Steeler fan, I feel like I got no choice but to go for the Ravens. That's what my heart wants. That's what it is.
And okay, and you're doing that just to spite Taylor Swift?
It's gonna be a distraction, man. Just think about the storylines, man.
Yeah.
For the Super Bowl, is it really gonna be about the game, or is it? Oh well, Taylor Swift arrived in Vegas for the Super Bowl, and then what? The Chiefs win, and Travis Kelce proposes to freaking Taylor Swift at the end of the game. Like, come on.
Wow.
I can see it coming from a mile away, people. I can see the storylines. I'm a wrestling fan. I know storylines when I see one. Okay. Don't make it seem like I'm crazy. I know storylines when I see one. Okay, this is some WWE type stuff.
Cheap little plug. Go check out our wrestling channel, our Wrestling Rehab. Okay, so I get what you're saying. For publicity and all that stuff, it's better for the NFL that KC goes because it has been about Taylor Swift. They do keep on showing the camera up there, putting the camera up there, putting the camera up there. By the way, the other Kelsey brother was up there, but the only reason they showed him, which by the way, he was playing on.
Oh, that was awesome.
That was cool,
That was
man.
cool.
Taking his shirt off,
Yeah.
drinking a Busch Light and everything, like yeah. But I don't think they would have shown that had Taylor Swift not been in the box with him. Okay, I don't think they would have been showing him doing that had Taylor Swift not been there, because they were showing Taylor Swift in there before he got, a little intoxicated and wild and everything like that. They were showing Taylor Swift in there, and then it's like, and look what his brother's doing. Yeah, were they really good? Was the camera really going to be shining over there if Taylor Swift wasn't in there? As freaking Home Alone says, I don't think so. So I hear what you're saying. I'm not gonna root for the Ravens, man. I'm gonna root for KC. I think it's gonna make it kind of fun. That's cool. Yeah, but you're right. It's gonna be all about Taylor Swift. She's in Vegas. Oh, where did they spot her in Vegas? She's wearing this. She's walking in.
It's going to be too much of a distraction, man. It's going to be more about her than the actual game, and I'm not down with that, people. I'm not, because it's like she's bigger than the biggest game in America. Like, are you kidding me?
Okay. Well, let's talk about the conspiracy. The logo has purple on it. It also has red, but there's no really other purple on the other side. So that's only leaning towards Baltimore. So do you factor that in? And by the way, I also heard this, right? I saw a video where somebody came out and said that on a local radio station, they announced the Steeler. I'm sorry, the Steeler. Now I'm over here.
Wishful thinking here.
Wishful thinking over here. No, that they announced Niners Baltimore. It's like, win a trip to the Baltimore 49ers Super Bowl in Vegas. But that was like a local radio station in, I don't know, Missouri or something. So maybe
Springfield.
I don't know.
Probably on The Simpsons, because they predict a lot of things.
Maybe they're just drinking too much moonshine. I don't know. But what do you take on that? Do you take any of that into consideration, the conspiracies and everything? And why would the NFL, but for everything that you said, why would the NFL want Baltimore as opposed to KC?
I don't think they do.
Right.
I don't think they do. Okay, because this logo has been there for over a year now. Okay, and it's not like Travis Kelce was with Taylor Swift when they made it. Okay, guys, I know a storyline when I see it. All right, you guys are it's making me crazy, guys. Okay, I even heard that they would want Kansas City against Detroit because one side has Taylor Swift, the other side has Eminem, which I don't know how that factors in, but I mean it's very logical. This is kind of making me feel like the NFL's rigged, man. I'm serious here.
And you know what? I think we're probably the only ones that are saying that it's rigged. Everything that I've seen, people are saying that it's rigged for Niners and Baltimore. I think we're the only ones looking at this from a different angle and saying, no, it's rigged due to the publicity, due to the superstardom that they can bring to the Super Bowl with somebody like Taylor Swift. And Detroit, I guess you bring in Eminem. Let's get to that game because there's an NFC championship game as well. And by the way, with this, I don't know if anybody's caught on to this, 1-3 versus 1-3 on both games. Number 1 seed versus the number 3 seed, both NFC and AFC.
You confused me for a second, but I had to put 2 and 2 together, so I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, or you got to put 1 and 3 together. Huh? See what I did there?
Sure, yeah,
see what I did
sure.
there? So how say you when it comes to the Lions versus the 49ers in Santa Clara?
Okay, so I'm kind of questioning the Niners coaching a little bit. Um, I thought I thought Shanahan got completely outcoached by LaFleur. Is that his name for the Packers? I thought he was getting
Mm,
outcoached, man. I really thought so. I mean, it's wet outside, and you have Christian McCaffrey, which, like I said, has been one of, if not the best running backs within the past decade. Okay. And you're over here throwing the ball. How many times did Brock Purdy throw the ball? Like 39 times?
it was a
Run the
lot.
ball, man. What are you
Yeah,
doing?
yeah,
Run the ball. I'm not even a Niner fan, and I'm over here saying, run the damn ball because you have such a good running game and the elements aren't even all there. You shouldn't even be passing the ball at all, really. Run the ball. What are you doing?
yeah, yeah. No, look, you got Christian McCaffrey. You got to use those legs, man. I mean, you got to use that talent. This guy is badass. You are blessed to have a Christian McCaffrey. And if you're not using them, like what are you doing, man? I don't understand it. But um, I do like the Lions. I don't favor them in this game. I actually would like the Lions to win. I would, man. I would like to see now, the Ravens, the last time they won a Super Bowl was against the Niners.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember it was called the Super Ball. What ball? Because it was the Harbaugh brothers against one another. Um, I would like to see the Lions get in there. I really would, man. And look, out of all four teams that are left, honestly, who I want to take it all is the Lions. I would. I'm not some sort of hardcore Lion fan or anything like that. But out of all four teams, I the only one team I hate is the Ravens. That's it, man. But yeah, you know what? Lions, take it, man. Go for it. Go for it, Lions. I'm gonna go Lions to win this Sunday evening. Go get them, Lions.
Bold pick. But you know what? Okay. I don't think it's completely out of the question because, like I said, I'm starting to question the coaching for the Niners. The Lions, on the other hand, I actually really like their head coach. I love the job he's done there. Completely changed that culture there. I mean, just 2 years ago they were looked at as a complete joke, or even just way before 2 years ago for pretty much, I don't know, since the NFL's been a thing. They've been looked at as a complete joke. Now they're on the verge, just one game away, 60 minutes away from being in the big game. That is something. Dan Campbell, you
Nobody,
deserve praise, man.
nobody gives a rat's ass about that division except for the Green Bay Packers. Nobody who is not a Bears fan or a Vikings fan or a Lions fan, nobody gives a rat's ass about the NFC North unless you're talking Green Bay Packers.
But the Lions earned their stripes this year. They really did, man.
Yeah.
They really did.
Yeah. So Lions, go get it.
And with
Go leave your mark. Go leave your footprint. Go leave your paw print. Huh? See what I did there, man? See that? And by the way, I want to make this clear, man. I actually like Championship Sunday a little bit more than I do Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, I think so.
I
There's
do.
more intensity to it.
Yeah, I like it more. Now, again, Super Bowl, I like the whole party atmosphere. Everybody, what are we doing for Super Bowl? Things like that. Sure. But when we're just talking about the game, just the game, for me personally, give me Championship Sunday over Super Bowl Sunday anytime.
I think I like it more because there is a home field advantage and everything like that. The elements are completely what it should be, and the Super Bowl is, like in 70-degree weather, like,
yeah,
at a neutral site.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
This year's it being a dome.
Yeah.
Right.
But for this game, I still favor the Niners. I just feel like they should win this game, have a heck of a lot better team just all around. I think on paper they have the best roster possibly that I've ever seen. Like, really. I know Deebo Samuel's 50-50, which, if I'm being honest, if he's 50-50, he's going to go out there and play. If I had to guess. For Championship Sunday, man, I would assume he's going to go out there and play. So I got Niners, but if the Lions win, am I super shocked? No, because the Lions are just that damn good.
Oh, it's gonna be a sad house at your place, man. If that happens.
We'll see.
So I'm gonna go Baltimore and I'm gonna go Detroit. I think all four teams are really good. I think all four teams are highly competitive. There's nobody here, in my opinion, that has snuck their way in by just, some sort of default, some sort of like, oh, yeah, they beat this team because that quarterback went down, but they really shouldn't even be here. No, all four of these teams, man, in my opinion, really actually
Buffalo
earned.
was injured.
Who?
Buffalo was injured.
Okay.
No, I'm not going to get that into it.
Well, okay. That's what I said last week. I said, because they lost quite a few players playing against the Steelers in super duper extravaganza wild card weekend. And I said a healthy Buffalo, I favor them, to take the AFC, but they're not there. But Casey's is, man.
Yeah.
So, conspiracy theories, I guess everybody's still out there with it. That's gonna be Niners, Baltimore.
All over the roof this week, and it's really crazy. But I'll stand on it. I got Baltimore because I actually really want them to win, and that disgusts me, guys. I despise saying that, but I mean, this is what the NFL has turned me into. So go Ravens for this week. I do not want them to win the Super Bowl, and I also got the San Francisco 49ers.
Okay. Go get it, KC. Taylor Swift, get in there and give them a pep talk. Go Steelers.
Go Steelers.